Welcome back to Players Club, live from the Flying T Club studio here at Roxo Media House. I'm your host, Jules Conti, joined by two more TCU football transfers, Andre Seldon and Jaise Oliver. To start off, an easy question, why'd you choose to transfer to TCU?
I'll start. So did 5 years at Tulsa. I had a great time there, enjoyed my time there. Um, Great relationships and stuff. But I was looking for my last year. I knew the only thing that would hold me back from a real draft profile, for me to improve my draft stock. A lot of them just say they want to see me play on the higher level consistency. So I knew entering the portal after the year I had, I would have a whole bunch of looks and being able to come back home to Texas and play near my family my last year while playing on a larger level in the Big 12. It was kind of like a dream come true, along with the exceptional opportunity. So something that I have to capitalize on.
Yeah.
And for me, I wasn't really expecting to enter the portal and stuff. We had a great season at New Mexico State, and we had a fresh new staff and stuff like that. So, we ended the season in the conference championship, had a bowl game and everything like that. Had a good season myself. And then all of our coaches left from the defensive side of the ball and went up to Power Five school and stuff like that right before the portal deadline. So I was kind of stuck in between making a decision on do I want to stay and who's going to get hired at my school. And then my head coach also stepped down to go to Vandy. So it was kind of do I want to stay and take a risk on the new staff here and stuff like that? And I know how that goes. I was at Michigan and had three new coaching staffs, and that didn't go well for me. So it kind of was just like a jump of faith. Now we're going to do this portal thing all over again, even though I don't really want to. But you know what I'm saying? I'm really blessed to be here. What I was looking for in the school was the best people. You know what I'm saying? Coach Kais is the best in his profession, along with Coach Dykes. Those guys are amazing, and they had a great plan for me and a great plan for me to succeed, which was better than all the other schools that I was deciding between. So that's how I'm here today.
And you mentioned our coaching staff specifically. So what is it that you look for in a coach when you're choosing a school to play for?
Really, how I did it in the portal process, my second time was just breaking it down. Okay, I know we have all the facilities and stuff like that and things like that, which I really didn't care about because we didn't have that. We didn't have none of that in my old school. It was just okay, what's the plan for me here and how's the fit in the defense basically. That's I made the portal process simple. It was gonna be what's my fit in defense and how do you plan to use me and stuff like that, and how can you move me around and use my versatility.
Yeah. What about you? What do you look for in a coach?
For a position coach specifically, for me, I'm to play defensive back. I'm not the fastest guy. I know that. So I need a coach that's going to have me prepared mentally as much as I can be. And I feel like with Coach Gonzalez, who is my position coach here now, he's probably the best fit for that. He has a large resume of guys that he's put in the league, and he's known to do that. And he's a technician type of guy, so I knew that was something that I was looking for, and just someone to coach me on. Even though I'm doing something right, how can I do it better? And he was something that was something he was adamant about. So I knew.
I like that mentality. I'm doing it well, but how can I just take it one step further? I know you guys are kind of working with the team already. It's mostly just preseason lifting. Spring ball doesn't start until I think we said March 23rd. But have you seen that within these coaches already?
Oh man, yes, they get the best of us out of us daily. I know we would coach Kaz a lot, and he preaches a lot of more so the mental side of ball, besides the fact of the physical side because we lift a lot of stuff too. But they focus a lot on the middle side of the ball, and when we're with the coaches and meetings and stuff too, because we meet and stuff over the defense, they get it. A lot of us get out a lot of us from the meeting side too. So yeah.
Yeah, just to expand on that, we've already, for about a week now, we've been able to do the no ball walkthrough, the NCAA allows now. So, just to kind of to mesh with the coaches on the football scene, football side of things before spring ball actually starts. It's always good to do that. See how they coach on the field and in the meeting room. It's always nice. On the strength and conditioning side, man, that staff is incredible. I feel like he said on the mental side, it's just bar none. How they prepare you and physically, this is the best that I've ever felt. So they're doing a good job.
Now going back a little bit, you mentioned that you're from Texas a little earlier. Have you played with any of these guys previous to being here? Is there anyone that you walked on the field and you were like, I know you, like we however long ago like played some ball together or
So not necessarily together, but like Cam Smith is another guy who just came in, and he played at Memphis. So we played against each other a lot. It was always fun that messing up against those guys. But aside from him, I don't think there's any other guys that I've been able to play with that are currently on the team.
and then more specifically family, you're coming back home. Is your family super excited to be able to get out to some more games
Oh
and
yeah,
have you
yeah.
close?
I mean, like even on my official visit, when I was coming, like I was able to have my nieces were able to come by, and my uncle stays in Plano. I got a couple friends live in Dallas, and just having them around for an official visit, like before I even chose the school,
Yeah.
to come, like that was just something that was kind of like eye opening for me because previously being at Tulsa, that was something that I got every now and then, but like not as easy as it
Yeah.
was. So I mean, um, coming back to playing for them, that was everything, especially like me being from a small town, like I really cherish my relationships with my people,
Yeah.
from a spot where like everybody knows each other. So being able to play and have some friends with them and be able to watch me, that's something that I really want.
So are their closets already full of purple? They're prepared for
Oh
the
yeah,
season to start.
nice. Yeah. They've already been by the bookstore.
Oh, of course. Everyone's first stop.
Yeah.
Bookstore.
Yeah, that place is crazy. So they've already, um, they've already got some work on.
Good. And you, on the other hand, it's like you're running away from home. You're just getting further and further with each
Yeah.
school. How does your family feel about that? Do they love Texas or they're still getting used to the adjustment?
I mean, they feel like it's better in terms of like being able to come to the game and stuff because like New Mexico is kind of like I call it like a third world place just because there's no direct flights into New Mexico, and
Yeah.
then El Paso, Texas is the airport that we fly out of, which is an hour away from the school. So it's kind of hard. It was kind of hard for my parents and people to get to games down there, but I feel like it'll be easier, and they're glad that I chose here too. It'll be easier because like you can fly right into Dallas, and the airport is 25 minutes away. And my mom and dad they stay in McDonough, Georgia, so it's
Okay.
kind of closer, but it's still far from Detroit from the rest of
Yeah,
my
I
family.
was
So
gonna say.
they're gonna have to get on a flight down here regardless. The flight going to come, but yeah, it's far away, but we're gonna make it work somehow.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make it
I'm sure
work.
they'll still make it out for a few
Yeah.
games at least.
We're
It'll
gonna
be
get down,
exciting.
try to get down here for the spring game in April, and then for some games, the first home game, stuff like that. So we're gonna make it work out for sure.
Yeah, of course. What age did you guys start playing football? I know think like way back, but
I know I was 5. Yeah, I was 5 years old.
and that's still like flag football. You're not tackling yet. Or
It was it was flat. No, yeah, I was tackling first.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, yeah,
you know the
I
difference.
tackled before I even played flag football, which is kind of weird. I started off with tackle, then did flag in
Interesting.
off season of when I was like 7, 8. So yeah,
For me, I started when I was about 4. There was a 3-year age gap between me and my oldest brother. Um, my dad wanted to get me started early, so I played up. I think I was playing with like the 6-year-olds at the time. But where I'm from, Fairfield, Texas, we don't have flag football, so um,
Got it.
I was out there, big shoulder pads, around very. Um, and yeah, I was blessed to be able to get started early, but there was no flag football. Like I've never played flag football. That's not
Wow.
like high school 7-on-7, and that's not even really considered flag football. Like that's the closest I've got to flag football.
They just threw you guys right in there.
Oh yeah.
They're like, this is the
yeah.
sport. Go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Did you play any other sports growing up or?
Yeah. So growing up, got into a little bit of baseball. I was horrible.
Fair enough. Difficult.
Very good. Couldn't hit the ball at all. So kind of gave that up pretty early. Was kind of chubby as a child. Didn't have that appearance for soccer. No, I didn't want to do that. But basketball and football have always been um, the main two for me. And then in high school, I did the track thing. But basketball, football, and track are the three that I participated in.
Do you feel track helped you with like your other two sports a lot? Just
Oh, for sure. I was not the fastest guy, but I did run the 400, and So
I hated the 400 in track.
I was
I
like,
ran track. I
And
hated the 400.
I was like the only thing that I was worth, really competing in and, getting points for the team or whatever. Um, so yeah, that was my race. And, training when you're doing the 400, you do a lot of 200s of training, just to work that top end speed. So I was probably that, but that was my race. I think.
Got it.
And then for me, I did track growing up. I was a sprinter. I know I did. It was a point in time where I was playing little league football. I can remember this vividly. Our coach for my little league team had made us do like he was doing made us do push-ups all practice. It's like a punishment. And I went home crying. I called my dad. I was like, I want to quit. I want to play basketball. And he was like, he ain't letting me. So it was that little stint. I wanted to quit football and stuff like that. But besides that, no, I just played football all my life, and then I ran track in middle school and high school. And I was a sprinter for the most part. I couldn't do long distance either.
Mm-mm.
I'm just sprinting. I'm doing the
Feels like a
200.
form of torture to me.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's
like
a personal thing, but it's not my cup of tea for sure.
yeah, me either. I was 100 and 60, 100 and a 200-meter guy. So yeah.
Did you guys have any role models that you looked up to, like growing up within the sport or outside of the sport?
For sure. So my older brother, he had the ability. He was very talented. He ended up playing at Texas A&M for 4 years. So he was somebody that I looked forward to, like, always talking to because, being from a small town, like we didn't have access to the trainers and the extra people, pull us along and really help us and like getting better at specific things within the sport. It's kind of just like go out there and use your raw ability. And, if you're athletic enough, you'll probably be better than the guy in front of you. But he was able to like break down the sport for me, really teach me a lot of things within the game of football, and teach me a lot of stuff. So I would say he's one of them. And then my high school football coach, John Becker, he's a great role model for me. Um, helped me tremendously during the recruiting process and everything that I did academically, um, in all sports, and just a great guy that I still talk to, every chance that I get, like to this day.
Yeah.
And for me, for like of course, my dad, without him, I wouldn't be here right now. I mean, he's been able to steer me from the wrong direction to the right lane so many times in my life, as far as decisions and stuff like that. So my dad, life and football, on the field and off the field. So like he's my biggest role model. And then when it comes to like football and like as far as having a vivid image of like where I want to be in life and things like that, someone who's came before me, Jordan Lewis, he plays for the Dallas Cowboys. He's from Detroit as well. He grew up down there with me, and everybody from Detroit, like, who make it out, like, play football and stuff. We all close, and he was like one of the first ones, to make it out. And he went to Michigan too and stuff like that. He's a few years older than me. I can't remember the class he graduated out of, but he's on his second contract with the Cowboys. So I was able to see him, grow, from high school, all the way from little league to high school, you know what I'm saying, then go to Michigan, which was my dream school. I was able to go there too. So it was like seeing him grow and just be able to be in his back pocket, you know what I'm saying, while he was up there training with him and stuff while I was in high school. And then see him make it to the league and stuff like that. And now he's up there balling with the Cowboys right down the street. So now it's like that's where I want to be, you know what I'm saying? So it's like he's one of the biggest role models in my life. And then my boy that played for the Jets, Sauce Gardner, who's like a brother to me. We grew up playing little league together for the Detroit Tigers. Now just being able to see him grow from where he came as an overlooked guy, much like myself, you know what I'm saying? He was small and stuff like that in high school. He was overlooked. And then he got in college, he blew up, stuff like that. Just he's another role model in my life as well too.
Is it inspiring to see like people that you know so closely make it and like accomplish their dreams and are doing things that you want to do?
Yeah, because what I'm saying, where we come from, there's not a lot of people that make it out for real. You know what I'm saying? That really gives us hope. The little kids and stuff like that growing up, that gives a lot of me and my homeboys hope because we all close. You know what I'm saying? We all know the same people. Being able to see the people who are older than us that came before us make it out, it just gives us hope every single day. You know what I'm saying? Even on bad days when you think like, man, like how can I get through this stuff like that? And you just be like, shoot, bro did it. I know I can do it. Or just be, stuff like that. It just helps you
Yeah,
keep going.
that's awesome. Now, pulling us out of football a little bit,
Uh,
what are some hobbies that you guys have that you like to do when you're not playing football? I know it's little time, but still.
Uh, so for me, um, like run by myself, um, of course, I play video games, use that time, just to relax. Maybe hop on Fortnite or 2K or whatever it is, get in the party with a couple of friends.
Yeah.
Um, that's probably number one, and then it goes to reading.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an avid reader, read all the time. Try to read every single day. Um,
Do you have a favorite book? Not to put you on the spot, because I know. What is it?
my favorite book right now. Well, I have two. So,
Okay, no, yeah, give me both.
it's called. I have one is "Ego is the Enemy" by Ryan Holiday,
Okay.
and number two is "The Alchemist" by Paul Coelho.
What genres are these?
So, "Ego is the Enemy." That's like what they consider like kind of like a self help,
Okay.
like an awakening type of book.
Yeah.
I believe Paul Coelho book, "The Alchemist" is considered like adventure fiction or something like that.
Okay.
Something like that.
No, I just asked because I love to read, but like I'm always looking for new books, but I love thrillers.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm trying to get in there.
I read this book and don't judge it before you read it because it's by Colleen Hoover, which is that like author that went like all the teenage girls went crazy for. It was called Verity. That's an incredible thriller. Or there's this book called The Silent Patient, and I can't remember the author, and I'll tell you after, like I'll look it up.
Okay.
It's like it messes with your head so badly, but it is so good. Like you would love it if you were into thrillers. That one's more like I feel like it may be more your speed than Verity, but it's so good. I have to find the author for you afterwards.
I gotta see what that's talking about. And then yeah, just outside of reading, I was like the last point is, like just relax and then watching some Netflix and chilling. But that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah. What about you, other than football and schoolwork?
That's what I'm saying. Yes, schoolwork, man. I say, I'm a big gamer myself. I've been a gamer my whole life, playing games, stuff like that. So I say gaming is really like my number one hobby. Obviously, whenever I have time nowadays, but outside of that, I like to try. I'm a big food guy. Like I like to
Yeah.
try like a lot of new places. Like I don't like eating the same from the same place, stuff like that. So I'm a big food guy. Like I'll just try random food in the area, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Food, really
Food.
big
Do
food
you
guy.
cook or just try other people's cooking?
Uh, See, before I transferred, like that short window between like when I transferred into the portal and then like when the season was over, it was like for like it was a 2 week window. But like in those 2 weeks, I had told myself like I was gonna try to cook something new like every week. Like so
Okay.
the first week I had made spaghetti, which was good. I ain't gonna lie, it was my first time making it.
Good.
My grandma taught me how to make it like on the phone. And then the second week I had made some pork chops, like some baked pork chops, which is good too. But yeah, I'm a big foodie, and then like movies too. Like I'll go to the movie theater by myself. Like if it's a good movie, the movies in theater, like I'll go by myself. Like I don't care. I would go watch the movie, just have some chill time, stuff like that. So that's pretty much it for me for real.
Then speaking of movies, what's one movie that you could watch on repeat for the rest of your life?
I say probably Paid in Full for me. It's like a drug. It's a drug movie, an old drug movie from like the 1990s. Yeah, it's a drug movie from 1990s. But I picked that just because like it's not just like a hardcore drug movie, but like it's comedy in it. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like young black men like me. But what I get from the movies is like they just showing you they come from nothing like I came from. Like they come from the trenches, and they showed me like that there's always a way to get up no matter what. Like they told you never give up. So they started from the bottom of the movie, and by the end of the movie, like they had money and stuff. They was getting money, so you know what I'm
They
saying.
made it.
They was yeah, they was getting money, so that's what you know what I'm saying. It's a motivator for me in a sense.
Good.
For me, I would say The Grown Ups with Adam Sandler.
I love that movie.
Great movie.
So funny.
I say that because like that it's like this joke that me and my friends say. So like whether we're having an amazing day or something bad happened, we always like it's like a joke to just say we're gonna end the day by just watching Grown Ups because like no matter the mood you're in, like it's either going to boost it or enhance it. So like if you're in a great mood, it'll just keep you in that same mood. But if you didn't have the best day, we feel like it'll just boost your day up. So I'd say the grown ups. That number one and number two. Like,
That was going to be my next question. Which one?
I would say number one.
Okay, yeah. The OG movies are just,
They're usually
for the most part, I know there's like a few exceptions where like the second like part of a movie will come out and it's incredible.
right.
But for the most part, I feel like the OG film is always the best version. I like that. And you always watch it with your friends or even when you're alone.
It's usually by ourselves, but it would be just like, before, if we're in the game, the party chat or whatever, like, we'll just say, like, I'm about to watch.
You're like, guys, I gotta log off. It's time for the grown-ups.
That's the great way.
Okay, one more question for you guys before we go to break. If you could pick a superpower that you feel would best help your position in football, what superpower would you pick?
I feel like we both know what it is.
I feel like they could be similar, but
It's really two, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
I feel like if you had like super speed,
but I'm thinking like teleport, bro. Like it's OD. Teleport. Like you can't.
I wasn't even thinking that.
Teleport is like you can't like you can't. I feel like you can't pick nothing else when it comes to the power. Like, bro, you could teleport anywhere you want. Not even it's just outside of football too. Like,
Yeah.
so I'd be like, I'm trying to go on a little spring break trip. I could teleport there.
Well, that's always my go-to because I'm like,
I could teleport right there. I could teleport somewhere right now. I'd be like, boom, like teleporting.
like I've always wanted to go to Europe. I don't want to pay for those flights. Boom,
you ain't gotta
Italy.
pay. Like teleporting is crazy. Like I could teleport in the front of a receiver, intercept.
Yeah, I was gonna say all of a sudden balls in your hand.
Yeah, nice.
Wow, that was such a good one. I was thinking like you guys were gonna say like super strength or just like brick wall, you know?
Maybe if I was like a D tackle, super like strength or something.
Wow.
Like
I like that one.
teleporting for like just for every positions. Yeah.
We're gonna take a short break, but when we come back, we'll be talking more football.
We're lucky to have a collective that's as strong and as powerful as the Flying T Club. It's a big deal for us. It is a game changer. You know, I would just encourage any fans out there to support it. Everyone asks me, what's the biggest priority? And I say, NIL is big. Please jump on board, show these student athletes how much they mean to you. The thing about NIL is I think there's a right and a wrong way to do it, and the Flying T Clubs do it the right way. Let's keep winning. Join the Flying T Club today.
Welcome back into the Flying T Club studio here at Roxo Media House. So you guys both had very accomplishing careers at your old universities. So what are some individual goals that you're looking for coming into a new team with a new coaching staff, new state?
For me, it's really just, you know what I'm saying, we both came from G5 conferences, they weren't Power 5 conferences and stuff. So people say that we played against lesser talent and stuff like that and that we wouldn't be good, you know what I'm saying, playing against P5 schools and stuff like that. So for me, I just say like being able to prove myself on a bigger stage of them all, and then, you know what I'm saying, be able to leave like no doubters in anything, in any phase of my game. So I feel like that's the biggest goal of mine, regardless whatever like stats come from this season and stuff like that. When people turn the tape on, I want them to be able to see the same, you know what I'm saying, same Andre that was at New Mexico State that made them same plays against, you know what I'm saying, the bigger competition here, you know what I'm saying, the Big 12 and stuff like that, and then the Pac-12, Pac-10, whatever. So that's my biggest thing for this season.
Yeah.
That was a great answer. I don't know how about that. But just to kind of expand on that, like you said, coming from the smaller schools, like no matter what you do, there's always going to be a doubt, like on whether you can truly play at this level or not, or on the next level. But for me, I would just say I just want to solidify that, like, at my size, I can cover. So, was able to catch a couple of interceptions this past year. I'm hoping to capitalize and keep that rolling this year, just to bring up a small stat. But I would say like that's my biggest thing. I just want to show that I can cover on both levels because I feel like at our position that's the number one priority. Is, keeping the ball out of the air, stopping big plays. So if you can cover the guy in front of you, you're doing your job at a high level.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side of him, you know what I'm saying, we both play the same position. He a bigger guy and stuff like that. I'm a smaller guy for my position. I feel like me too, like I want to be able to show that, you know what I'm saying, I can get down and get nitty and gritty. You know what I'm saying? People know that like I can cover and stuff. I'm twitchy and stuff like that. But I want to be able to show that I am able to get in the trenches, you know what I'm saying, be able to take on blocks, you know what I'm saying, and tackle and get dirty with my teammates too.
Yeah, prove yourselves. I love that. Do you have any like pre-game or post-game rituals or routines that you're looking to carry over?
So yeah, I have two nieces, 6 and 7, and they were raised by my grandma, so or by my mom, their grandma. So I was able to like during my last couple of years of high school, I was able to see them grow. They're a big motivator for me and everything that I do. So um, if I'm able to just get on FaceTime with them before the game or the day before the game, to hear their voices and see them before the game, that's all I usually need. Playing some good music before the game, reading a couple books, just going over my notes. So it really keeps it like just zone my focus in 10 times more. I'll be good to go.
Yeah.
And then for me, one ritual like that I got that's been there my whole career really is like the day before the game, like in the hotel, like me and my dad hop on FaceTime and like he's crazy about the football stuff. He's like he watching film too, so like he'd tell me certain stuff like that he see on film, regardless if it's right or wrong.
Yeah.
We both watch it together. Like he'd tell me stuff that he see on film and like stuff that I should look out for. Like it'd be like every Friday or every day before, you know what I'm saying, the game that he'd call me. We hop on the phone, just chop it up about stuff that he see, or if it's a certain receiver like that I'm guarding that week, he'll tell me things that he sees from him and stuff like that, or the quarterbacks that we're playing. So that's a ritual that I have every week. And then like as far as music, like I'll take like a walk, like 100-yard walk down the back of whatever stadium we're playing in. I'm just listening to gospel music. It just kind of like simmers me down, you know what I'm saying? And so that's another ritual for me.
Yeah. Your dad is like your OG coach. I'm a big believer in that. I mean, I grew up
Yeah.
playing sports, not football, obviously, but your dad's the one in the yard with you, like throwing
Mhm.
the ball and making sure. So he is like, him watching the film seems very
Yeah,
on brand.
for sure.
Going off, and these may be very similar. So if they are, it's okay. Do you have any superstitions, like something you have to do, like a certain sock or I don't know, anything?
Ooh, me, it'd be whatever color cleats I wear, like I gotta wear the same color gloves.
Okay.
That's the only one that I feel like that's a superstition for me. Like it just kind of throw me off if they two different colors. But like that's the only thing for me. I'm usually just more chill, like I'm prepared for the game, blah 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 blah. But this is one thing I look at me like
They have to match.
those gotta be the same
But
color.
you like look
It's
down,
it's
it's like,
weird if they're not like, but
ugh.
besides that, I really be chilling. Like I don't really believe in too much other stuff. But yeah.
Okay.
So for me, it's kind of just been going on for the past like year and a half. I have to wear two sleeves in a game. If I don't wear those two sleeves, I just don't feel like I'm going to perform at my best. And then another one is I have to like spaghetti has to be on my pregame.
Okay.
Spaghetti has to be on my
Yeah.
Spaghetti.
yeah.
So like, was that a part of y'all pregame meal though? Like already, or was you like, I gotta have this?
That was something that my mom and my auntie kind of got me on before college, but they just they felt like the carbohydrates and the protein would be
Yeah.
the good amount of energy for the game. But yeah, like even like 11 a.m. games, right? When everybody else is eating, their eggs, pancakes, like
You got a big bowl in front of you.
shout out to Coach Wilson because like he would make sure there was a panic.
Hmm.
That's awesome. That's so fun. And you'll eat it the day of.
Yeah.
Because I know like a lot of people will eat like a lot of carbs and stuff the day before because it's supposed to like transfer into energy and whatever. But it's like day of, giant bowl. No one speak to me. I'm eating my spaghetti. Oh, okay. No, amazing. I love that. Do you guys have any games that I know the like schedule came out? I'm not sure if you've looked at it too in depth yet, but are there any specific games you're excited for this year?
Yeah, I'll start. So I would say there's two. SMU number one,
Fair
and
enough.
Baylor.
Okay, yes.
I just know that those are like SMU. That's kind of like crosstown rival type of deal. Um,
Little iron skillet.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's a game that I've watched the past. I think they play like the past 4 years or
Mhm.
4 years or something like that. So that's a game that I'm ready to be a part of. And SMU beat us at Tulsa last year, so I want to be able to get the opportunity.
You need a little bit of revenge.
Get,
It's a different team, but it's still revenge.
Facts.
get that back on them, and then the game against Baylor. I know that's a pretty big game every year for TCU.
Yeah.
I just want to see what that environment's like.
Okay. You?
And then rivalry games always number one. Like whatever team you play for, it's like you gotta beat whatever teams are rivals in state, like
There you go.
those are the most hyped up games, stuff like that. And, like you got to win those. Those are personal. But then besides like all the rivalry games, I'd say Cincinnati. One of my best friends playing on Cincinnati. We both transferred from New Mexico State this past off season, and he was considering coming to TCU. He ain't want to come, so
Mm.
yeah, we gonna
So it's game time,
yeah we
basically.
gonna see him when we see him, and that's a away game too, I think. So we're gonna go up there. No, yeah, I'm excited for that
Hit him
game.
in a little extra hard.
Yeah,
Give
yeah,
him a
yeah.
shove.
Give him a little shove or something.
Ref's not looking.
Yeah, I'm a I'm gonna have a little extra kick in me for that game though. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my best friends. So
Yeah. Is that like what you guys look forward to, being able to play people that maybe you grew up playing or
all right.
played with like in the past? Is it more exciting when you're going into a game knowing that they're on the other side of the ball?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, of course, like whoever has those bragging rights,
Of
they're
course.
they're gonna talk all they want to for the next 12 months, or if that's the only time they'll ever get to meet each other. So I mean, those bragging rights are awesome. I have a couple of guys on Oklahoma State that I look forward to playing, and even over at SU. So that's why I say like, that's just those are games where it's like, yeah, it's kind of personal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd agree too. Like, you just be like, you calling the guy like during the week, you like tell his teammate like get ready, stuff like that. Like you talking trash during the
Of
week,
course.
stuff.
Getting up.
You call them like, hey, make sure I'm in the game plan, stuff like that. Like it's all fun. It's like all fun stuff like that, but it's fun competition. So whenever somebody else that you know is on the other side of the ball and stuff like that, or even on like if you both play defense, like my boy last year, we had played Auburn and he played D tackle for Auburn. And like I played corner, so like
Yeah.
I'm right by the sideline.
Yeah.
And Auburn Stadium is like the game was crazy and my boy played D tackle. So he's like, I'm on the sideline guarding the receiver. And he's like right where you at. He's just talking. He in my ear, and I can hear him. I'm talking back and forth with him and stuff like that. And like I get a PBU, I get up, I'm talking, I'm running down the sideline. So it's just like stuff like that. It's like it just kicks you up to extra gear and stuff. And like those type of games, I feel like when you know somebody personally on the other team.
And it's fun because you can do that and you know that like they're not going to take it personally
Yeah.
afterwards. Like you're both chirping each
Yeah,
other,
like
you're both going back
yeah.
and forth. It's not like some random like guy that you kind of just maybe got hit a little too hard, now you're going after, but now all of a sudden it's beef.
Yeah.
it won't be that.
What is the best piece of advice that you've received from a coach, a mentor, or even like a teammate?
I just say really be where your feet are and be grateful where you are. I feel like a lot of times, I don't know about other people, but I got this advice from my old coach at my old school. I used to think about a lot of external things in my life, which I feel like kind of knocked me off course a little bit when I was a younger kid, growing up playing ball and stuff like that. So when he gave me that advice, it kind of made my life simple in a way. You know what I'm saying? Be where your feet are, like trying to accomplish your goals one step at a time and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So I feel like where your feet are just made my life a lot simple and made my goals, you know what I'm saying, straightforward and narrow path.
Yeah.
I would say I have two of them that I kind of like try to use daily that people have kind of incorporated into me. So the first one is day by day to see a better day. So that's just saying like no matter how your day goes today, like when that day's over, don't let that carry into the next day, whether it's good or bad. Like have a better day than you had the day before, and that always like keeps me pretty level headed. Just trying to have the best day possible. The second one is like I think it's what if it turns out better than you could ever imagine, and that kind of like just keeps me motivated to like do my job today because like it may be better than you ever can imagine. So, and you never know because, just society, like, they'll try to bring in statistics about what could happen, what usually happens, and like where you need to shift your focus. But I feel like if you have the mindset, like, what if it turns out better than you could ever imagine? I just feel like it leaves an open mind. And, you go about everything in a different mindset. So those are the two that I try to go about.
Yeah, I like that. I've never heard anything like that before. That makes sense. That's a good one. Can you guys bring me through, because I know we have different ones, your daily routines right now in like preseason, because grad school, undergrad, different workloads. So bring me through like the school and the football, everything.
So, I mean, depending on whether our day gets started at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. After that workout, I'm usually free at like we're usually done by like 11:30 or so with athletics. Um, I spend I try to spend from like or just get all my school if I have any schoolwork because I'm only in 2 online classes, fortunately. Uh, try to get all that done by 2. But then after that, I mean, I have the whole day to myself. So if I want to take a quick nap or something, I always have that time. And then after that, um, try to get a meal in around 4, 5, and then after that, I'm just cool. Whether it's playing a game, reading, or just chatting with some friends, relaxing. So my day's not too bad. I can't complain at all.
I know you're like shaking over here listening.
Yeah, I mean, like he said, whether we starting at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, first thing I do when I start my day, I wake up and connect to the speaker, like while I'm in the bed, play the music, then I hop out. So, cause I gotta wake up in the morning because I know I'm gonna have a long day. You know what I'm saying? I never know what Coach Kyle's gonna have for us. You know what I'm saying? We get in there with him. It's like we walk in the door for the workout, and the music is just loud. It's like loud rock music. So it's like, okay, at that point, it's like, okay, now I really gotta wake up. I really gotta go. Boom. So go through workouts, stuff like that. And basically, after workouts, for me, it's just, I mean, I got a set schedule now, pretty much, but like, I know today, there's a take today, for example.
Yeah.
Like Wednesday, I got 3 classes today. Like today, I've been up since 5 a.m. and I'm probably gonna be doing something every hour of the day until I get home from my 9:40 class that ends at 9:40.
Even
7,
night
yeah, I got
class.
class at 7 from 7 to 9:40. Which on a good day it ends at like 8:40. So,
Yeah.
but we gotta be up
They don't always hold you the whole time.
we gotta be up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. That's the time I get up when we got Thursday run. So yeah, I'm pretty much always doing something unless it's Monday, I get a good amount of time, and then uh Thursday and Fridays aren't too bad. Really, only day is really like bad. It's like Wednesdays.
At least that's like middle of the week.
Yeah, like
You kind of have time to prepare for it and then
like
time to come off of it.
it's like Monday and then like the end of the week is not bad, but Tuesday and Wednesday are like the days where it's like because like closer you get to the weekend, I'll be like, all right, the weekend about to be
It's
here.
coming.
I got 2 days off for sure on the weekend, but like during the week it's just like I don't know. Sometimes some days I just go with the flow. I ain't gonna lie, just
Fair enough.
yeah,
One day at a time. Who knows? It could be the best day yet.
yeah. That's why I just be like I don't know, but whenever I just get tired of something, be like I'm just grateful to be here. I'm blessed to be
Yeah.
here. So that's a lot of people that would want to be in my shoes dealing with my problems versus theirs. So that's kind of what I lean on when things get bad.
Yeah. Good way to look at it. Keep you
Yeah,
motivated.
yeah, but yeah. So.
Well, thank you guys for joining me today. I had a lot of fun talking to you, and good luck for the start of spring ball. And I'm very excited to see you guys in the Carter.
Appreciate it.
For everyone behind the scenes here at Roxo Media House, I'm Jules Conti, and go Frogs!
The fraud.